When I'm depressed, it's trying to do anything feels like trying to start a car when there's no gas in the car. You can really want to go somewhere, you can really want to do the thing, but you literally don't have the means. It can feel as heavy as a boulder or as light to carry around as my fingernail, but it's as much a part of me as that fingernail is.
Depression to me feels like a giant weight, kind of like one of those big dumbbells. It starts right in your gut, and you just feel it slowly intensifying. So it starts out small, and then all of a sudden it gets a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. It goes down to your stomach, it goes up to your heart, it kind of spreads throughout your entire body, and it just gets slowly heavier and heavier and just a little bit harder to deal with and a little bit harder to carry, and then it gets really overwhelming.
Having anxiety feels like a million bubbles filled with things that could go wrong that are just pushing on me. And each bubble is filled with something that could go wrong. And all of the things that could go wrong are irrational to a normal person, but to someone with anxiety, the thing that could go wrong feels like the worst thing in the world.
It kind of feels like rolling in a ball down a hill. You do start to feel a little bit like a roly-poly, and you just kind of collapse in on yourself. And one little kind of thing that you get fixated on, and then it just kind of starts to spin and spin and spin around you until you kind of feel like you can't control all the things that are worrying you anymore.
I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and to me that's always felt like having a separate sort of cloud of a mind outside of my own mind, a sort of buzzing gray hive of thoughts that sort of come in and out of my own brain, and can be sort of busy or less busy depending on how I'm feeling on the day.
OCD is like a faucet dripping over and over and over again. And you keep having all these irrational thoughts, and they're irrational, but you just keep having them, and they are so important to you at that moment, and it's all led by fear.
ADD feels kind of like being this high-functioning robot, but if you went into the mind of the robot and actually learned what the robot is thinking, it's just a bunch of Katy Perry songs and old childhood memories.
It has this huge importance to you.
This is the thing that actually impacts many, many, many people, but people don't actually do anything about it because we are trained to think that it's not a problem or it's something that we can control, when sometimes it actually isn't.
There's a lot of beauty that can come out of it. There are strengths to it for sure, and I think a lot of creative people especially have figured out ways to connect ideas and use it in a creative sort of way.